My dear brothers and sisters, today we are remembering a great person of salvation history who has received very little attention, as I said in the beginning, in the Gospels or the Scriptures. Except for the story we heard today, there is very little about Saint Joseph. And even he has not even this. He even had to forsake his legitimate name. The liturgical texts speak about him, Saint Joseph, the spouse of Mary. The Bible, everyone is usually named after the man. Mary should have been called Mary, the spouse of Joseph. And Jesus received the name not as Joseph, he is more known as son of David. So here is a person so silent, so hidden, and we may wonder why Saint Joseph did not have so much attention. But when we look at the history of saints, we find that there is so much attention to Saint Joseph. Even that part gets easily ignored. He's a patron of 7 or 8 different things today. Most of all, he's a patron of the Universal Church, declared in 1870, much late. And then he's a patron of the dying, he's a patron of the fathers, he's a patron of the workers, he's a patron of the artisans, he's a patron of travelers, patron of exiles, patron of migrants. We don't know much of it. So Saint Joseph remains a kind of quite unknown figure then and now. Maybe I think it's a providential plan. And his litany has some 30 epithets. So what makes Saint Joseph so great and at the same time so low profile? I think it is the story of most of the human beings in history. See, the pyramids are known after Pharaoh. Perhaps Pharaoh only ordered it. There was one or many artisans who designed it, millions of people who worked for it. It's true of anything, any institution, any family, any kingdom. They'll be known, all history is only known by a few people who happen to be at the head. So majority of human beings who contribute to this planet get ignored, and I think definitely Saint Joseph stays as their patron. And most of us also have this same lament. We do a lot of things and we never get recognized. But Saint Joseph may be the best way for us for reconciliation. Now, why he still remains the foundation? There's only one 4-letter word about Saint Joseph in the Bible. He was a just man. Modern English translated as righteous. In the Bible, just means someone holy, someone who just fulfills all that God wanted. So that way, perhaps that's the best description in one small word. Now, from where does his greatness come? I think Saint Joseph deserves the same kind of a veneration as Mary because he also collaborated, said his fiat. We know the Annunciation of Angel to Mary comes next week, and in our Angelus prayer we always remember that. And when we read today's Gospel, I feel there was also an Annunciation to Joseph. The same pattern as angel appeared to Mary and conveyed the good news, asked for her agreement, and she says the fiat. The same is reflected in today's story. The angel comes to Joseph, addresses him, confirms him about the birth of the Savior, and he acts. But even that story got a very low profile attention. And Joseph really said the fiat like Mary when he just acted on what the angel said. The only difference being it was all in a dream. And I think that even adds to his greatness. He was willing to find God's will even in a dream. And that is where the greatness comes. Jesus always said, no, the humble will be the great in the heaven, like children. And so in that case, maybe he was referring to his own father, Joseph, the humble one who worked very hard, who never wanted a name or a fame. So when we remember St. Joseph and his feast today, let us remember all the people, not just workers, we don't put that category. Let's remember all the people who are ignored. See the fathers of the family, look at any household, how much work is done. The mothers working behind. Any construction of a big building, the many people who work behind, who never get the name and fame or even the reward. So I think let's remember all these people today when we celebrate the feast of St. Joseph. That may be the best way we can give an honor to St. Joseph. But the role played by St. Joseph, although unknown, is great. Today's first reading and the second reading tells us the reason. Jesus will be known as the son of David, and that comes through Joseph, who is the son of David. So after David, in fact, Joseph is the next great person in the history of salvation, which begins with Abraham, David, Joseph, and Jesus. So the best imagery that comes to my mind when I think of St. Joseph is that of a tree and the roots. You never see the root of a tree. It's always hidden under the earth. But it does the whole work. It draws the nutrition and supports the stem and the tree, the branches. People see only the fruit, the trunk. The root is the part that is most ignored. But we know if the root is not strong, when a wind comes, the tree will fall. If the roots are not taking sufficient nutrition, no tree can grow and flower and give fruit. But the root is always behind. Somehow this is the logic of creation. And in that way, I think all those who do the work of roots, let's be proud. Let's take consolation from St. Joseph. And always be proud, because even the whole church we see today, in all its glory, can be traced back to these two people. And that's the reason why St. Joseph was declared the patron and protector of the church. So we have a great saint whom we all can imitate, and perhaps we all need to imitate, because the most troubling thing for us is when we don't get a recognition for the work we do. Let's remember St. Joseph, and that will bring us the title of the just and the righteous. Thank you.